This story is called The Potato People. Every Friday, Jack's mother works. Every Friday, Jack spends the day with Grandma. This is Grandma's house. They play hide and seek. They romp roly-poly on the ground. They read stories and they eat cake. On Friday, the clouds were big and black and the rain dribbled down the window panes and rattled on the tin roof. "It's raining," said Jack. "I know," said Grandma, and she went to the cupboard and brought out a big box. Inside the box were 4 potatoes. "I'm going to make a little potato man," said Jack. "I'm going to make a little potato woman," said Grandma, and they did. Grandma placed them carefully on the windowsill. "There," said Grandma. "There," said Jack. "They looked pleased with each other," said Grandma. "We're pleased with each other too," said Jack. Then, one day, Jack and his mother had to go away for a while. That Friday, Jack didn't come. He didn't come Friday after that or Friday after that. Lots of Fridays went by and still Jack didn't come to visit Grandma. Gradually, the little potato people wrinkled and withered. Gradually, their smiles drooped and twisted. Now, Grandma called them the little old potato man and the little old potato woman. She looked at herself in the mirror. "I'm just like them," she thought. And she sat down and sighed. One day a stalk sprouted on the head of the little old man. "He's growing horns," thought Grandma. Then a stalk sprouted on the head of the little old woman. "She's growing horns too," thought Grandma. The horns grew and grew. At last Grandma could bear it no longer. She said goodbye to the little old potato man and the little old potato woman. She buried them outside in the compost heap, but Jack didn't know, because Jack wasn't there. Soon a shoot appeared above the ground, then another and another. Up they grew, up, until they were so high Grandma couldn't see over the top. "Tambourines and treacle tarts," exclaimed Grandma. At last, one Friday, when the clouds were big and black and the rain dribbled down the window panes and rattled on the tin roof, there was a knock at the door. "Jack!" gasped Grandma, and they hugged and hugged. They played hide and seek, they romped roly-poly on the ground, they read stories, and they ate cake. "Grandma," said Jack, "what happened to our little potato people?" "I buried them outside on the compost heap," said Grandma, "and they grew and grew. Let's go and look." So they put on their raincoats, put on their gumboots, and went outside in the rain to see. But all they could see were the stalks, now brown and dead, lying on top of the ground. So Grandma fetched a big fork and Jack fetched a little fork, and they dug and they dug. First Grandma found 1 potato. Jack found 2 potatoes. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. 5 potatoes, 6 potatoes, 7 potatoes more. They found big potatoes. They found little potatoes. Soon there were hundreds and hundreds of potatoes. "Tambourines and treacle tarts," exclaimed Grandma. Then there were no more potatoes left to dig. They hung up their forks, took off their raincoats. They put away the gumboots. They washed their hands. Grandma dried her hair. Grandma, said Jack. Yes, said Grandma. Let's make a little potato man and a little potato woman. And they did. That's the story, The Potato People. Hope you enjoyed.